Krishna Bus Tour by Mitra Das, Chapter 10, Center Island. At the lakefront, a man in uniform welcomed the big silver bus with folded hands and a namaste. Manorama folded his hands, returning the gesture. Hare Krishna. Manorama followed the uniformed official into his office and returned with a stack of papers. They like us, he said. We're bringing them a lot of business. 40,000 people are coming to the festival, riding their ferry boat. He pointed, and that's our boat over there. That little thing for the bus? Yep. Manorama put the bus in gear and rolled toward it. Is that ramp wide enough? He looked straight ahead. We did it last year. I looked for an open window and imagined swimming out of the bus. I'm glad you're driving. I held my breath. The boat rocked, then settled. Manorama stacked the papers on the dashboard. What kind of paperwork is that? It looks like a lot. It's a release of responsibility, Manorama smiled. If the bus goes overboard, it's not their fault. That's reassuring. The little boat pulled away from the dock into open water. When we reached Center Island, Manorama drove across another narrow ramp. He enjoyed maneuvering the oversized bus over the one-lane road, avoiding bicycles and joggers, until we reached our festival site. There, he snuggled the bus between trees and festival tents. The Festival of India crew greeted us, curious to see who was on board. Everyone's at the parade, I told them. You'll see them in a couple of hours. The festival crew are volunteers who travel each summer, setting up stages and tents for Krishna festivals, the low-budget bus tour for young men. 2 hours later, passenger ferry boats brought loads of Krishna festival people to fill the tents and stage. Kitchen volunteers juggled pots and plates, moving people quickly through the line at the free feast booth. Bus tour kids dressed for the drama they'd been working on. Some dressed as demons, with black around their eyes and ugly costumes. With 2 stages, there was constant tuning and rehearsing while the 40,000 guests watched the final product. Radha Vinod took the microphone. Wasn't that wonderful? Let's give them one more massive round of applause. He then described our international group of Krishna youth traveling across North America in 2 buses as a cultural tour, performing music and dramas. Put your hands together for our next act. I had an appointment with Madhava near a duck pond to work out the melody for the final kirtan of the day. He wanted it to be special. How about this tune? Tell me what you think. A couple of 10-year-olds found us and asked for Madhava's autograph. While signing their notebooks, he asked about their lives and if they liked to sing kirtans. Next time I come to Toronto, he said, I want to hear you lead a kirtan. A man was brought on stage for the final kirtan. He played flute in the movie Life of Pi. He's really good. Give him a microphone. Madhava welcomed him. Everything was in place. Madhava began the invocation and the sound system broadcast peace across Center Island. The flute replied tastefully. The kirtan started slowly, like a heavy plane on a long runway. Once we were airborne, I saw tears in the flute player's red eyes, smelled alcohol on his breath, but decided not to notice. He was on our team. Madhava kept the focus. He allowed the flute a solo, then brought us back to the mantra, reaching a dramatic pinnacle that surprised our drunken professional. Offstage, the flute player congratulated each of the musicians, hugging and kissing everyone. The kids were curious. They'd never seen a drunk before. Our home, the orange bus, was in the shop, on the mainland. We would stay overnight on Center Island, the girls in their silver bus and the boys in tents. That evening, Manorama called the boys together. This is what gets the bus tour in trouble. Boys wandering off with girls in the dark. This could shut down the whole bus tour. I can't be everywhere, and I don't want to always be the bad guy. If you see something, can I count on you to stop it?" The boys pledged their support. I was impressed. There were no incidents, and Manorama was able to sleep. In the morning, our makeshift Krishna community had the entire island to ourselves. Sankarshan was running a booth at the festival, selling clothes from India. I spotted him walking toward the shower in only a towel. "You've sold everything in your shop except for this?" Sankarshan laughed. "I wish. We did pretty good, but I still have plenty to wear." "That would be fun, though, if you sold everything, including the clothes you were wearing, and went home dressed in leaves taped together." "I would use dollars." "That's a happy thought. I hope it happens today." Balancing on a ladder, Kalyapani touched up the paint on the silver bus. The lettering had been scraped going through a narrow toll booth in Mexico. "Anything will be an improvement," I said. "Yes." An hour later, I gathered a few kids. "Look what Kalyapani's doing. Let's show him some love." They applauded and took turns hugging him while he stepped back to look at his work. "You think it's all right?" I said, "It's downright meticulous." He beamed. He liked that word, meticulous. Sundari is the girl who'd joked about wrestling crocodiles and riding kangaroos in Australia. She performed graceful yoga poses whenever we were on solid ground. But she spent her day on Center Island with a tall boy from the festival crew. They looked similar, with light brown, sun-bleached hair. "Are you related?" I asked. "No, we're boyfriend and girlfriend," Sundari's eyes flashed. Here we go again, I thought. "It's just, well, you guys look so innocent together." "We look innocent," Sundari replied in her Australian accent, "because we are innocent." "Well, aren't you going to introduce me?" "Yes, this is Haridas. He's from England." Haridas extended his hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you." "England is a long way from Australia, about as far away as you can get. Do you get to see each other very much?" "No, not that often." "Well, I don't want to interrupt. This is your precious time together." "Oh, no, that's fine," Haridas said. "After the summer, I'm moving to Australia." "Good plan," I said. "If I was your age, I would easily go to the other side of the world if a girl like this was interested in me." "Thank you. But how did you meet?" "I met him in England last summer. The bus tour, you know." "Ah, another long-distance relationship from the bus tour. Let's see, we've got Sriram from Florida with Nayika from England. We've got Danishta from Florida and Chandi from England. Then we've got Shyam and Palika. Long distance used to be Canada and Florida, but now it's England and Australia. The bus tour is expanding." "Yes, it is." "Well, I'll be on my way. You two go ahead and keep your innocence." "Of course," Sundari said. "You can count on it." It had been another festive day on Center Island. The weather was just right. People had been fed, entertained, and inspired, then ferried back to Toronto. The Festival of India crew packed tents and stages into their truck with the help of the bus tour kids. Girls in festive dress carried poles and tent stakes alongside the boys. There's a picture. When the last tent canopy was packed away, it seemed time to relax, but Manorama announced, "Everyone on the bus. If we miss the last ferry, we'll be stuck here overnight. Get on the bus right away." 2 separate roll calls happened as the silver bus trundled down the narrow road along Center Island. People made way for us, and the girls hung out the windows, smiling, waving, and apologizing. Boats tooted their horns, and their crews waved at the Krishna bus. Waiting at the ferry dock, Krishna Prema turned to Narayan to discuss some important matters. "I know some vegan jokes, but they're pretty cheesy." Narayan, "Hey, wait, was that supposed to be?" Krishna Prema, "Oh yeah, no, that wasn't intentional, but it works." Narayan, "Let's try it out." They tested the new joke on clusters of friends as Manorama drove the bus onto the last ferry to Toronto. "We've got a new joke," Krishna Prema pumped his fist. Note the time and place, I said, looking at my watch, the birthplace of a new joke. The world will never be the same. They can erect another monument. I pointed to the bronze statue of Ned Hanlon, the most renowned oarsman in history. What sort of statue should they make for a cheesy vegan joke? When our ferry boat arrived at the mainland, Radha Vinod fell to his knees. We made it. We're free. Free at last. Free at last. Tourists, Chinese tattooed, young and old, walked around him as he bent down and kissed the ground. We're alive. Alive. Look at the birds, the ground. When he saw the orange bus, Radha Vinod continued, Home, we're home at last. Oh, there's no place like home. No place like home. Get some sleep, Manorama told me. We'll be at Serpent River tomorrow morning. Kaliapani's driving the first shift.